news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. Well, we've reached 82 degrees now at 12:20. I'm Donna Vaughn. And here's what's happening. Here come the soccer fans and the gridlock as well. Mayor Mamdani and Governor Hochul updating New Yorkers this morning on plans to handle World Cup crowds, security, and transportation to MetLife. Well, it's a great day to be a New York basketball fan. A win for the Knicks last night in San Antonio, giving them an early 1-0 lead over the Spurs at the NBA Finals. New legal trouble today for the grandson of mob boss John Gotti, now accused in a domestic incident on Long Island. President Trump ripping the 4 House Republicans that voted yes on a war powers resolution that would end the conflict with Iran. It was symbolic, but the president isn't happy anyway at the pushback. And a Catholic priest known for performing exorcisms won't be doing them anymore, removed by the Archdiocese of Washington, D.C. after something he said about UFO sightings. AccuWeather says warming up to 87 this afternoon with sunshine. Wins News Time 12:21. Let's get you where you need to go now. Here is Karen Stewart.
In case you haven't heard the good news in Brooklyn, the BQE is clear, eastbound on Metropolitan Avenue. Not only are all lanes open, but the gravel's gone. Hooray. So we're back in business on the eastbound Brooklyn-Queens Expressway. However, the delays are still bumper to bumper back onto the Gowanus at 39th Street. If you're heading to the Throgsneck and Whitestone Bridges, the Cross Island Parkway, the Clearview, and the Whitestone Expressway all have delays to both bridges. The Whitestone Expressway is by far the worst. The Clearview is not too bad. And the Cross Island Parkway has scattered delays, basically, approaching the Throgsneck Bridge. Go for the Cross Island, or better yet, go for Bell Boulevard or Francis Lewis Boulevard or 149th Street to get to the bridges. Then we've got the Van Wyck. It is stop and go, again, from the Kew Gardens Interchange down to Rockaway Boulevard. Of course, at Rockaway Boulevard, we have that new traffic pattern that goes over like a lead balloon, basically. And as we check what we see, on Long Island's Big 3, eastbound Southern State construction, exit 43. The left lane is closed. Other than that, we're doing well. Eastbound LIE and Northern State, no major problems. Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Well, New York City getting ready to host a whole lot of soccer fans and deal with the gridlock expected to come with that. Only 9 days to go until the first World Cup match at MetLife Stadium. 1010 Wins reporter Juliet Papa has the latest update on the advanced plans shared today by Mayor Mamdani and Governor Hochul, and she joins us live now. Juliet?
Yes, and those officials are talking it up as a massive celebration, and they say New York can handle it. How about New Yorkers, though? Now, we're talking about the confluence of the World Cup, the 250th celebration, and the Knicks finals. Now, preparation has been underway all year long as the city seeks to manage the visitors arriving and New Yorkers trying to get to their jobs and just go about their day. There will be major roadway changes here in Manhattan. Bus service only along 42nd Street the day of the World Cup matches. There will be dedicated lanes along 5th and 6th Avenues for public transportation. Spectators planning to head to MetLife Stadium can expect to be screened at Penn Station before boarding mass transportation. Now, the first World Cup match is in New Jersey, Saturday, June 13th. Many of the other matches are during the week. Reporting live, Juliet Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, 1 down and 3 to go for the Knicks. They beat the Spurs last night to take a 1-0 lead in the NBA Finals, and the way they played has given a lot of Knicks fans a very good feeling about where this series is heading.
Knicks fans are still thinking about that back-and-forth close game against the Spurs.
Brunson's that dude, though, for sure, 100%. We got this, Knicks in 4.
Barkley was up all night, and he still can't get that game out of his head.
It's a close game. The Spurs, you can't take nothing from them. They're a young, talented team. When years to come, they may get a chance to get that ring for their organization, but not this year.
Mike was walking to work with his cup of coffee in his hand.
Oh, yeah, definitely stayed up late.
And says the game was electric.
Or Knicks in 6. We winning this, baby. Real talk.
He thinks this is the year the Knicks win the finals. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Bay Ridge.
The grandson of mob boss John Gotti facing some new legal trouble. Carmine Agnello was arrested Wednesday, accused of choking his girlfriend during an argument on Long Island in East Norwich. Court records show he's facing charges including assault, criminal obstruction of breathing, and criminal mischief. The arrest comes just weeks before Agnello is due to report to federal prison for a COVID relief fraud case where he allegedly stole more than $1 million in pandemic loan money, investing thousands of it in cryptocurrency. As for the recent charges, Agnello will be arraigned sometime today. Well, the obsession with protein being added to everything these days is causing the price of the dietary supplement to soar, apparently.
The food industry has responded to the current whey protein obsession by putting the stuff in everything from Starbucks lattes to Pop-Tarts. While it's generally considered safe,
as a healthcare professional, we are always going to suggest people get their protein from whole foods instead.
For example, says ABC medical contributor Dr. Alok Patel,
lean meats, dairy products, beans.
Meanwhile, the price for whey protein concentrate has nearly doubled in 2 years. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
And time now for Bloomberg Money Watchers' Andrew O'Day.
Mattress maker Sleep Number, formerly known as Select Comfort, is watching its stock drop 70% today as it lays the groundwork for a potential bankruptcy filing. Sources tell Bloomberg the company has approached lenders for new financing, which could be structured as a bankruptcy loan. Sleep Number has been bogged down by industry pressures, dwindling store traffic, and the sting of tariffs. A weaker than forecast quarterly report from AI chipmaker Broadcom is helping sink tech stocks today. But most other stocks are rising amid hope for a U.S.-Iran Hormuz deal. Right now, the Dow is up 935. S&P gaining 26. NASDAQ down 45. I'm Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
1010 Wins.
You're my favorite.
I need to know the weather, news, and traffic.
In the car in the mornings.
So informative.
1010 Wins.
At 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time, 12:30.
Good afternoon, I'm Kevin Rincon. The war in Iran is unpopular, so much so the Republican-controlled House approved a war powers resolution. President Trump, he would never sign it. In fact, this morning he called it meaningless, unpatriotic. He says the vote was fueled by Trump derangement syndrome.
Displeasure with the Iran war appears to have grown on Capitol Hill.
On this vote, the yeas are 215 and the nays are 208. The concurrent resolution is adopted.
A handful of Republicans joining with Democrats to pass a resolution to end the 3-month-long war. It next goes to the Senate, where 4 Republicans joined Democrats in advancing a similar measure last month. Yet a final vote on that one still has not been taken. While Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the Trump administration have maintained,
Operation Epic Fury is concluded. We achieved the objectives of that operation.
Arguing the War Powers Act does not apply. And the president said he's not seeking congressional sign-off.
Nobody's ever asked for it before. It's never been used before. Why should we be different?
Ben Thomas, Washington.
Wins News Time, 12:31. Let's get you to where you need to go with Greg Rice.
Well, it's not easy across the Upper East River, but you want the Throgs Neck Bronx-bound instead of the Whitestone. Here's why. Both the Whitestone and Throgs Neck Bronx-bound have right lane repair work. It is worse on the northbound Van Wyck-Whitestone Expressway combination. You're slow from before City Field all the way on up Clearview at the brake lights from 32nd Avenue. That's a little better than the Cross Island. RFK Bronx-bound with right lane construction, too. You're not going to sneak around that away. City-bound side of the George, this is all Yankees traffic at this hour. The inbound upper deck, about an hour's worth of traffic. Lower level on the inbound George, an extra 45 minutes. And then once you're in the Bronx, it's also not easy on the eastbound side of the Cross Bronx Expressway, getting out towards the area of Webster Avenue. We may have some roving repair work through this stretch because once you're past Webster Avenue, eastbound Cross Bronx just flies. West side, best of it out. Northbound Deegan, even with the Yankees traffic better out. Northbound Deegan in the West 230s, you got left lane construction. Lincoln Tunnel, it's about 10 minutes in. Outbound side of the Lincoln's all right. Holland outbound is fine. It's the inbound Skyway where the mess is. Greg Rice, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
A check of the AccuWeather forecast. Meteorologist Carrie Schwindenhammer.
We're looking at lots of sunshine overhead right now, and a few clouds will mix in from time to time. The big story, though, is going to be the building warmth. It's going to be very warm this afternoon, but humidity not that much of a factor, getting up to a high of 87 degrees. And then for tonight, mainly clear and staying warm, the low 68. Tomorrow, hot but not all that humid. We'll see a high of 92 degrees, sunshine, some clouds. Now, some of the New Jersey suburbs could be in the mid-90s. Saturday's the day, though, when we really start to feel that humidity. It'll become breezy with partial sunshine. Could be a thunderstorm late in the day, north and west of the city, a high 94. Then a round of showers and thunderstorms will move on through at nighttime. On Sunday, we'll see the heat start to drop a little bit, but it stays humid with clouds and some sun. Could be a thunderstorm in parts of the area, the high 87. Right now, we're at 82 with sunshine, humidity 29%, the wind northwest, gusting at 20. 82 going up to 87 on AccuWeather. Meteorologist Carrie Schwindenhammer on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
There are lots of things you can't bring with you through airport security. Most of us know the drill by now, but there's a guy out west. Try it anyway.
The bizarre incident unfolding just after 9 p.m. on Saturday, with a suspect showing up at a TSA checkpoint at Sacramento's airport wearing a scarf covering his face and latex gloves. Authorities say when they checked the carry-on bag of Kamani Jones, they discovered an explosive device, a torch lighter, as well as a knife, scissors, blades, and zip ties.
Pierre Thomas reporting. Investigators say he had 5 cell phones on him. One had a 15-minute timer ready to go. Another had a message from an unknown number that said, quote, "We will be awaiting your call." And according to court documents, Jones is said to have a history of being paranoid. Investigators say he's called the FBI tip line 13 times this year, including the day of his arrest. There's a comet out in space that's gotten the attention of scientists all over. It swung past Mars, it's made its way past Earth, now it's headed back into interstellar space. Some scientists say the giant ball of ice could be 11 billion years old, which would be twice as old as the sun. There are a lot of theories floating out there surrounding the 3I-Atlas, as it's called. Most of those theories involve alien life. After extensive radio scans, the SETI Institute, which used to be part of NASA, says there's no sign of any alien technology on the comet. NASA just a few days ago said the comet was releasing methane and a lot more carbon dioxide than usual, saying this comet is not like anything we've ever seen in our solar system. Aliens, UFOs, there's a moment for that right now. The Pentagon has been releasing files on this. Now one of the nation's top exorcists says UFO sightings is the work of demons.
Demons like to hide. They don't want us to know they're around. They don't want us to know what they're doing because they're more effective when we don't realize it. And they can kind of get into your head, you know, and manipulate things in the world.
Monsignor Stephen Rossetti made those comments on Facebook, and soon after, the Archdiocese of Washington cut ties with the Monsignor and his D.C.-based nonprofit. Back in 1993, Ted Danson did a roast of Whoopi Goldberg, private event here in